Good afternoon, you ruddy lovely people. You're all very welcome along to the Lilywhite Lane YouTube channel. I hope that you're all having a smashing Wednesday and week wherever you are in the world and whatever you are planning to get up to. And you're all very welcome along to your latest Tottenham talk and news video. And oh boy, do we have a lot to natter about in today's video. So enough faffing about, let's get cracking with this knacking. The news that's gained a lot of traction on social media coming out from Ben Jacobs. He stated that one of his sources close to him has said that the Qatar takeover of Spurs is done. Now, Ben Jacobs has said himself that he's not too sure about this story, that he's not sure that he believes that this is correct, but it's gaining a lot of traction. There's a lot of talk about this. The journalist from Qatar, obviously a few days beforehand, saying that the Qatar takeover of Spurs is a real thing, that Qataris are interested in Spurs. Do I think that the Qatar takeover of Spurs is done? No. I think that's complete and utter nonsense. But do I think that the Qataris are interested in Spurs? Yes, there's been a lot of talk about this the last couple of years. As I say, we've heard that they're interested in a football club. Man United, obviously Sir Jim coming in, doesn't look like they're going to be selling anytime soon. They're a shambles. So Spurs, as I say, is a prospect to potential new owners. As much as I despise the owners we have now because of everything on the pitch, off the pitch, the infrastructure, the stadium, the training ground, it's a great prospect. If you're, as I say, owners looking to invest in a football club, Spurs have got to be high up on that list. Got to be high up on that list. And I personally do believe if we did bring the Qataris in, that the quality on the pitch, the success on the pitch would hugely improve. And that is what I care most about. I cannot personally protest against these owners, boycott going to games because of these owners, and then when we get a prospect of new owners, I immediately turn them down. And I nitpick what could go wrong or how their ethics don't match mine. If Apple came in tomorrow and said they're going to buy Spurs, right? People would be nitpicking about them, talking about sweatshops and things. There are a lot of these concerns when Saudis were interested in Newcastle, and the Saudis took over Newcastle. Don't hear any of that talk at the minute. It's not like the culture of that football club's been destroyed. If anything, it's been more like what it was. You know, Mike Ashley was the one who changed St James's Park to the Sports Direct Stadium. And yeah, they had that green kit the other year, but it's not like they've been turned into Newcastle, Saudi Arabia United, is it? You know, the culture of the football club is almost back to what it was before. It's stronger. There's a real unity in their fan base. And the success on the pitch is hugely improving. They're in another Carabao Cup final, their second one in a few years. They're competing with the top sides year in, year out to try and get European football. Whereas beforehand, they were in a relegation battle. And the amount of money that the Qataris would have, that they would invest in the football team, would be massive. It really would be massive. Now, obviously, I don't feel educated enough to talk too much about the political side of things, right? I've slightly mentioned it before, but obviously we have a huge portion of our fan base that are Jewish. And quite a lot of those Jewish fans, who I've personally spoke to, have been completely and utterly against the Qatari owners because of political reasons. But what I will say is any owners who come in from abroad to take over this club will have to abide by UK law. I mean, look at what happened with Roman Abramovich a few years ago, as I say, booted out the door immediately. You know, there have been a lot of concerns from other clubs when they've gotten owners, you know, who have come in and there's been questions about morals and ethics and things like that. And most of those clubs have been successful on the pitch. The culture stayed the same and those concerns have gone away over time. They might not, right? If the Qataris did come in, we might be wearing a dark red and white shirt in a few years. We might have our stadium changed to the Qatar Airways Stadium Bowl. I can't speak today. They might completely ruin this club and kill the culture. But I personally am willing to take that risk. I'm willing to take that risk that things get worse if the percentage chance of things getting better is bigger. And I think it is with the Qataris, with the amount of money that they have, the fact they would demand success, as I say. Obviously, there are the concerns about sports washing. There are political reasons as to why some fans might object to these owners, but personally, I cannot protest, I cannot boycott, I cannot go against these owners, call them out video after video, week after week, year after year, spend so much time going against these owners, and then when there's a prospect of new owners who there's a good chance could come in and change the club for the better, but there's also a small chance that they could come in and change the club for the worse, I'm willing to take that gamble than rather things stay the same as they have been right now. Some fans are comfortable with the owners we have right now, I'm personally not. Daniel Levy and Enoch, what they've done for Spurs as a business is outrageously good. The infrastructure at the football club is outstanding, which is why we're such a good prospect for any, as I say, new owners, billionaires looking into buying a football club. But I believe on the pitch they've taken us as far as they possibly can. Would new owners come in do necessarily a better job business wise? I don't know how you can, but I care more about on the pitch. I care most about what happens on a Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. I care more about how many goals we've scored instead of how much revenue the club's made. I care more about trophies than I do Spurs announcing Beyonce or Jay-Z or Travis Scott. If the Qataris were to buy Tottenham Hotspur, I would be excited for the future, as I say, and I would prefer them to the owners we have right now. Obviously, there are other people interested. Amanda Staveley, we've heard about. The McLaren guy a couple years back. So look, I think it'll be a little bit time. Is this a PR stunt? It might be, because it's coming from a Sky Sports guy. He's even saying he doesn't know too much about whether his journalist is right, and it might be because the season ticket renewals are coming up. But we do know that these owners are willing to sell. We know that the Qataris would have the money to buy us. There's a good percentage chance that things would improve on the pitch for Spurs, which is what most of us fans want and care the most about. So for me, the Qataris as a prospect, I would take it right now. I would take it. Guys, I'm going to shoot off. Have a smashing rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. All the best. God bless. And as always, come on you Spurs. Enoch and Levy out.